Should you get started with FBA private label? Is now a good time? Should you jump right into building your own brand and doing FBA private label on Amazon? Or are there other business models you should start? Today's video, I want to break down some of my best pieces of advice and tips for those of you out there who are new sellers or beginners just getting started. I'm going to break down kind of what I see going forward, where the best opportunities are right now, and some really valuable tips and solutions that you can implement right now to start getting wins and start moving forward with getting your business started and making money on Amazon. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, welcome back to those of you who are my subscribers. My name is Noonan. I'm a full-time Amazon FBA seller, mentor, and business coach. Right here on my YouTube channel, what I do is release weekly videos covering everything Amazon, e-commerce, and personal development. So if you enjoy that type of content, do me a favor right now, head on down and press subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I can see each and every one of you who take just a minute to subscribe, and I appreciate each of you. My job right here on this channel is to help educate, teach, impact as many lives as possible, sharing my story, documenting what I'm doing, how I went from a struggling broke drug addict 7.5 years ago to being able to build multiple six-figure online businesses. Let's jump into today's video. It's going to be a good one. All right, before we jump into the video, I just wanted to give you an update kind of on my background. I've got some requests here on the channel from those of you who are subscribers to kind of update my background or backdrop, and I'm happy to announce that I will be kind of redoing my studio or my office here. I think you're really going to like it. It's going to really be powerful. Just a really kind of just a fresh update background to my YouTube videos. I think you'll really, really like it. So expect that to come here within the next 30 days. All right, if you see me looking over here to this side, it's because I'm looking at some notes. I recently did a post both in my Amazon FBA Gladiators group and the Helium 10 members group where I broke down and answered some new sellers really struggle with this one. Should you jump right into the private label model, and what are the best ways to get started? So first, let me say the 3 business models we're selling on Amazon, if you don't know, are FBA private label, where you find products selling well, put your own brand name on them, send them into Amazon, launch them under your own brand and seller account. That's option number 1. Number 2 is online retail arbitrage. This is essentially finding products online at discount websites like jet.com, Walmart on clearance, or in the store, retail, or like TJ Maxx or Ross stores or Walmart on clearance. You buy a few items, you get them to your house, you go ahead and list them on someone else's listing. Typically these are bigger brands like TrackPhone, Aiden and Aiden baby blankets, like bigger brands, and you list the product on their listings on Amazon, and then you kind of control the price to try to win the buy box or make the sales, and you ship those products into Amazon. Typically with online retail arbitrage, you know, you're doing a small number of units each time. Finally, the last business model is wholesale, where you're actually getting permission to sell other people's brands. If you actually do start a private label brand, you could look at wholesaling your own products, but that's for another video or another lesson. But yes, I do recommend starting out with private label. Obviously, even if you can spend the next kind of 1 to 2 to 3 years launching a couple products under your brand and seller account, this is an asset. This is an asset that you can potentially sell this brand for 5, 6, even 7 or more figures in a couple years. There's investors out there who look at buying Amazon businesses and brands with just a few ASINs after 12 months. And so let me start out by saying, for those of you out there who maybe are delayed, or you just haven't been able to get started, or you're kind of stuck, don't feel bad or beat yourself up, because let me tell you, everyone takes a different amount of time to get started. I took over 6 months to find, save the money, and launch my first product. I have some of my one-on-one coaching students who launch a product within the first 60 days. I have other students who take more than 6 months, like I did. Everyone's going to take a different amount of time. You have, you know, your life going on. You have to save money. For me, I was living paycheck to paycheck and working more than 50 hours a week, and so it just took time. So don't beat yourself up. If you've been researching the Amazon private label business model and you're trying to get started, but you either don't have the time, the money, or you're just not ready to take that jump yet, of course, try to work on the business every day, but don't be so hard on yourself if you haven't been able to get started at this point. Money, finances, time, those kind of things can hold you up. How much money do you need to get started for a private label business? I recommend around $3,000 to $6,000 minimum to get started, just for product inventory and shipping costs. Shipping costs have got expensive. Material costs for products have got expensive. There's going to be other expenses like photos, videos, trademark, brand registry, that kind of stuff. but around $3,000 to $6,000, you can still launch your first product and get your first batch of inventory into Amazon. So before I go on to the next thing about how to kind of learn the process, let me just kind of wrap up the part about getting started and should you start with private label first. I actually started with online retail arbitrage, where I got a hang of things selling on Amazon by just finding discount products on other websites like jet.com, walmart.com, overstock.com. I would buy 3 baby blankets for $10 each, get them to my house. List them on someone else's listing for $30, a bigger brand. You know, 2 or 3 track phones I bought for $15, sold them for $30. Those baby blankets, I bought 3 or 10 of those, bought them for $10 each, sold them for over $40 each. That's kind of flipping products, and that's the retail online arbitrage. What I like about that, getting started how I did, is it requires not more than about $100 to $500. You're just essentially finding products at a discount in stores or online. And there's a software called Tactical Arbitrage that I used that helped me find these products online. You get them to your house, you list them, and then you send them into Amazon, and you make a profit based off what you spend for the product and what you could sell it for on Amazon. So that's kind of the first way you can get started with less than $500 is just by flipping products, okay? That's definitely an option. I like that because you do learn the process of listing products, buying inventory, how to label the products, package the products, do a shipping plan, that kind of stuff, okay? So that's certainly helpful. Next, we have the wholesale model. The wholesale model I have personally not done myself, but I have worked with people who do the wholesale model and do very well with it, including Greg, who's in the food and grocery, and he has a big warehouse filled with products that he sells wholesale. Essentially, you're getting permission to sell other people's or brands' products, and then you're selling them as your own. So wholesale, it's okay for short-term money. I've never done it myself, but I do know people who are successful at it, and it's something you can look into. But of course, what I recommend, what I teach, what I believe in the most is private label. Again, the reason I recommend private label over everything else is because you have the most control over your listing, your inventory, your customer experience. You're building an asset, including a brand with multiple ASINs or SKUs that your products that you're selling. And after 12 months or longer, you can actually sell one of these brands or all of your brands off to another investor who are actively always trying to buy Amazon businesses. All right, so the next thing is, how do you get started? Obviously, you're watching my YouTube video, which I greatly appreciate. I've got other videos here on my channel that go over everything from product research to reaching out to suppliers and finding manufacturers, coming up with a way to differentiate and stand out, which I'll talk about later in this video, so stick around for how to enter the market as a new seller, which is so important in differentiation and improving your product. But I've also got videos on shipping plans and launch and ranking videos and PPC, so make sure to check those out. The next way to learn and get a really good understanding, guys, of the private label model is with Helium 10. Helium 10 is the product research software tool, kind of all-in-one software that I use on a daily basis to run my Amazon business and recommend to my coaching students. It comes with all the tools that you need, the Platinum plan. You can get the Platinum plan with my code down below, Noonan50, for about $48 for month 1, and then Noonan10 for 10% off every single month for life after that. The Platinum plan, guys, is all you need, comes with all the tools you'll need for product research, launch, PPC, everything, listing optimization, keyword research. That's the one I recommend. And it comes with the Freedom Ticket. If you've never heard of the Freedom Ticket, this is a training course, a $1,000 course that you get for free that Helium 10 has put out, and you can learn the entire Amazon FBA business model. So I definitely recommend checking out the Freedom Ticket and getting Helium 10 if you haven't already. You can watch all the videos and then go back and kind of rewatch things as you do things, or as you watch and learn from the Freedom Ticket, then you can implement what you've learned. So, of course, let's talk about courses real quick. Do you need a course? The problem with most courses out there, guys, from people on YouTube teaching Amazon online, is they sell their course, right? The course is essentially a package of videos that you watch on your own, and maybe 1 or 2 group calls with all the other students in the course at that time per month. Most of the 99% of the courses out there are just a package of videos and 1 or 2 group calls per month and a private Facebook group. It really lacks any one-on-one coaching or mentorship. That's the whole reason I started my Noonan University one-on-one coaching program, was because I bought one of those, or a couple of those courses in the very beginning for $1,000 or more, and it claimed to come with one-on-one mentorship, but really, I was unable to reach the coach or mentor at all during the 30 days or 60 days, and there was no one-on-one calls. It was just group calls with everybody else in the course. So the problem with most courses is, yes, they can be helpful if you like watching videos on your own, but don't expect much mentorship or coaching. And so definitely check out if you are looking for that one-on-one coaching and mentorship, which is so crucial because you're right there with the coach or mentor working one-on-one. Check out my Noonan University. Next tip, guys, is join as many Facebook groups as you can. There's my Amazon FBA Gladiators Facebook group, which I'm active in every single day, and I have over 2,000 members there of you guys supporting that group. So definitely get in there if you're not already. The Helium 10 members group is also good, and there's several other really good communities or public or private Facebook groups that you can join and just start reading and interacting and kind of learning from the comments in there and the answers. That's a great way to kind of get involved and start learning the process. Now, guys, we're going to cover step number 1, which is product research. So product research and setting up your Amazon seller account is kind of step number 1. One huge tip I want to give you as far as starting your Amazon business. Product research and the product you select is the most important part, and it determines everything as far as your success goes. Please don't try to be seller number 102 with the same product as 100 other sellers, and you've just changed the packaging a little bit. You've included a little one accessory, and you've made the material just a little bit better. What I'm seeing work the best right now, guys, for finding products, launching products, and making money the soonest or quickest is by using Etsy and keyword research. I made another video, which I'll link up here, about using Etsy and Pinterest, or Etsy, Pinterest, and keywords to find unique products that are selling well over there. And then you validate there's enough demand on Amazon by doing keyword research and X-ray on other similar products. And then you come to market, you understand that customer, you validate there's enough demand by using Etsy, keywords, and Amazon. And then you come to market and you're one of the first to the market with that product, with a high quality product that takes care or speaks to exactly what that target customer wants. That works extremely, extremely well. I guarantee is if you find a product selling well on Etsy, you validate through keywords, there's enough demand, you do a good job making a high quality product for that customer who's looking for that product, and you launch the product successfully, rank it, and you're seller number 1 to 20, you will do extremely well. What do we look for as far as demand? Typically, I'd like to see at least one other product or 2 to 3 other products similar on Amazon doing more than around $5,000 a month in revenue. That's number 1, kind of revenue on similar products. Number 2, keywords. The main keywords for the product or names people are calling the product. Amazon customers are searching for different names for that product. At least the top 3 to 5 main keywords have around 2,000 to 3,000 or higher searches per month. That would also be a good sign. And then finally, right on Etsy, you can actually use the Helium 10 demand analyzer to break down some of the numbers. So Helium 10, and not the Helium 10 Chrome extension, not X-ray, but go down to the demand analyzer. That will actually help you determine some of the demand on Etsy and Amazon. And then finally, guys, is it actually tells you the number of sales on Etsy that seller has made. So look for that, and also look for products with high review counts on Etsy. That equals the product is selling well. That, guys, is going to wrap up this video and tutorial on kind of getting started, the best ways and tips you can implement now to learn the process, which business model to start with, and one of my most powerful tips for like choosing a product and getting started. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it valuable and helpful, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video.